Hello folks, Jason Chrisman here, Grazing Acres Farm. The last few weeks I haven't really uploaded a video, and the reason being is I've been battling the flu. For the most part now, the sickness is gone. I just got some severe congestion here in the chest, and been taking some Mucinex, starting to get that broke up. But let me tell you, in the 5 years I've been managing this farm, that's probably the first time that I've really got sick. And on top of that, since Christmas, we've been battling sub-zero temperatures. So, you know, that's just added to my daily ritual of farm chores and made things a little bit more difficult for me. These troughs that you see here have been a real battle to keep the ice off the top. Pretty much on a daily basis, I come up here with my little hatchet and break the ice off the top. Watch out, girl. Watch out. In the last Friday, maybe last Wednesday, we started to warm up. Things started to melt. I was able to regain my troughs because the bottom half of them has just been a solid block of ice. So a 100-gallon trough's been holding about 30-40 gallons of water due to that big chunk of ice in the bottom. So with the big thaw, I got my 100-gallon troughs back. Now I'm able to hold 200 gallons once again. And it's not quite as bad to do my chores. They were predicting last Friday that we were going to have somewhere between 0 and 100 inches of snow. They had no clue. They kept saying, oh, it's going to be bad, you know, we're going to get ice and snow and anywhere up to a foot. So with that, I decided to move the cattle a little closer to the front of the farm where I enter from the road. If you look back here, you can see a pasture just beyond the tree line, and then you can see a pasture on the hillside there. Well, that's where we've been up to about a week ago, and we entered there in November. So I pulled them out of there, brought them back this way a little bit, and if you look over there where that barrel feeder is, I had a bale placed there, and then I had one placed down here on this flat area. I gave them that one first, not giving any thought to the rains that were coming Friday. And the way the farm's laid out here, up towards the front, there's an old township road that comes down through here and turns. Well, that road is no longer used. The township wants nothing to do with it, and it's now part of this farmland. Well, where the water comes down the old road from the rain, where the road would turn and come this direction, the water keeps going. And what happened is it flooded out these bales. I ended up moving the cattle after they ate most of that one and were standing almost knee deep in mud over to here, thinking it would be a little bit better for them. And I come back up that evening and found them standing in a pond. It was horrible. I felt awful. So I moved them, left the bale that was in there, and moved them up on the hillside there, where you can see the hay's been spread out a little bit. In that particular place, I didn't even use a bale feeder just because, you know, I got this chest congestion. Moving all this heavy stuff and working out here in the cold just takes a major toll on my body. So I tried to make it simple. I just moved the cows around there, poly-wired off the rest of the bales, and released one of the bales to the cattle and letting them eat there. Well, since then, I've moved them back over to here where it's flat. The ground's now frozen, so mud's not a concern. And I've got them 2 more bales over here. I got one down here and the one they're eating today that I just gave them. These 2 cows that you see here are eating what's left of yesterday's bale, which is very little. So what this has taught me is, you know, my wife, she volunteered to come up and do the farm chores for me. The very first day I was sick with the flu. My wife is not real comfortable around cattle. When they approach her, she gets a little freaked out. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I knew it was my responsibility. I didn't want to put her in the situation. So every day, struggling with the flu and all that good stuff, I made my way up here on my ATV. I'm about a quarter mile from the farm, so you know, when you're traveling down the road quarter mile just to get to the farm in sub-zero temperatures, boy, it's a chore. So I guess something to think about for me in the future is maybe laying things out a little bit further ahead. So if I get sick, there's not as much to do daily. For instance, we've got 2 bale feeders here. You can see the one over here, and then the cattle have one there. The one that they have there I just brought from the back pasture yesterday to make it a little easier up here and having 2 of them. Now what the plans are is, like I say, to try and get a little bit further ahead of myself and to have things laid out a little better. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'll roll that feeder over to that bale, and once they go to there, that'll free up some poly wire and stakes, and I'm going to go start laying that out up there, in which I'll move that bale feeder up there so that I've got it ready for the following days. It's been really interesting. Really interesting. I see my troughs about to overflow. Don't want to make a big icy mess. I just thought, you know, I would do a little update, kind of showing everybody what's going on here on the farm, you know, and I promised to release a video of my farm chores, and I started to work on that, and I've been editing it like crazy. And then, you know, a couple of weeks ago, probably closer to a month ago now, there was a letter left for me up in the shed by the landowner. You know, at the time I kind of thought maybe it was a Christmas card. Just said Jason on the envelope. I opened it up and it was not a Christmas card. Basically the letter said, you know, she wanted to make things clear on a few things that she thought was owed to her, and it was to be worked out between me and the other guy that have cattle here. Such as maybe buying her weed eater, buying the spear that I use to make my hay cart, different things like that she wanted to get caught up on. But one thing she said in the letter that kind of offended me was that she was kind of taking credit for my YouTube videos because without this farm I wouldn't have them. Well, that kind of really pissed me off because, you know, I've been making YouTube videos way before I came to this farm. So, you know, I also have a beekeeping channel on YouTube. It was actually my first channel. I've had all my bees here for the last 5 years, or a majority of them. Well, when I read this letter, I started making steps to get my bees off the farm. I'll probably still use the farm for bees. I just won't feel so comfortable keeping them here. She didn't have any right, in my opinion, to take credit for my YouTube videos. Yes, the land is leased. Not showing where the farm is on any kind of a map. I don't feel that my videos are making the land look bad or making anything here look bad. I love this place. I love being up here. But it offended me. Nevertheless, I pulled my hives off. I still got cows here, but I'm making plans now at my place just in case I need to move the cattle back there in the future. really shined a lot of light on where she's coming from and where I thought things were going. Kind of opened my eyes, I guess. So this chore video, it will be coming. When she said something about my YouTube videos, it offended me and everything went on hold for a little while. Then I got the flu, so it's just added to the soup. So, hope you find this video informative, and be watching for my chore video to be coming soon. Thanks for watching Crazy Nakers Farm.